Hello everybody, this is Ame from Ame Designs, and I don't know about you, but I have a lot of washi tape, a lot. And so in order to I have so much, I kind of forget what I have. And so in order to kind of keep myself organized and make sure that I use washi tape that I want to use, I am going to create a washi tape holder like this. So as you can see, I have 10 little pockets that I can put my different washi in, and then keep them kind of all together. This kind of theme is all of my people. I'm able to kind of save some space as well, because I'm getting rid of those big fat rolls, you know, with the holes in the middle that have nothing in them and just take up space. So today, let's make another one. This kind of storage folder works best with washi tape that already has a backing on it. For washi tape that is kind of rolled together and stuck to each other on a roll, I use these sort of plastic washi tape holders instead to store my washi tape and kind of get rid of this unnecessary space taker upper. So this project is pretty easy. What you're going to need is 10 sheets of paper, or however many little folders you want to make. For me, I wanted to make 10, so I've got 10 sheets of paper that you want to make them out of. I use vellum because it's kind of easier to see through. I can kind of see what's inside better. Paper that you're going to use for your cover, any kind of decorations you want. Washi tape to hold the sides of your folder together. You can kind of tape it up on the sides, but I always worry about my stickers or my washi tape sleeves kind of sticking on the inside, so I like to kind of fold over, and I'll show you when we put one together what I mean by that. And then finally, contact paper as well. This is not you don't have to do this, but I like to do this step to kind of help protect my folder, and then I feel like it also gives it a really nice finished look. All right, so the first thing you want to do is cut your paper down to the size you need, and I want this to be my folders inside to be 7 inches and then 3 inches high. So I'm going to give myself a little bit of play so that I can do those envelope flaps. So I'm going to cut my paper down to 7.5 by 6 inches, which turns out to be about 19 centimeters by 15.25 centimeters. Once you have your paper cut down, bring out a scoreboard. You don't have to use a scoreboard. You can use your cutter. You can do it by hand, but for me, this is the easiest. And I'm going to score my paper at 1/4 inch on both sides. Make sure you've got your right paper. So make sure that it's the 7.5 inch side, not the 6 inch side. Almost did that wrong. All right, so you're gonna score at 1/4 inch. Kind of butt it up there to my other side. 1/4 inch, and then you're gonna score at on the 6 inch side. You're gonna score at 3 inches. So just in half. And you're gonna do this for all 10 sheets. It takes a little bit of time, so I'll catch you back in just a bit. With all my papers cut down, I don't need both tabs. I'm only gonna have tabs on one side, so I'm going to cut in an angle on one side, and then cuts along that score line. And I'm going to do this on both sides. Here you can see that I kind of messed up, so I probably should have thought about this. Usually what I like to do is if I kind of mess up on the scoring, I'll cut off this side and leave the clean side. But, you know, at the end of the day, it doesn't make a huge difference one way or the other. So I'll go ahead and do this. And then I'll do it for all 10 pieces. Okay, once you have all of your tabs cut in your paper, you're going to fold it along the score lines. So I'm going to make sure that, well, you know, something I like to do is I'll use my scoreboard to help make sure that I get a nice straight line here. I'm going to fold. This is my Teflon bone folder. Straighten it out. And then I will score up the sides here. Fold over these. So I've got my nice pockets created, and then I just kind of fasten them together using some washi tape. And you know, I'll use washi tape. You can kind of see it in the thing, so I'll use washi tape that I kind of like. And tear off a piece and run it along the sides. And there, I've kind of got a little decorated side. It's much prettier, and it fastens the vellum closed too. So I'm going to go ahead and do this for all 11 pockets. Once you have made all of your little pockets, now you need to kind of fasten them together. And for that, I use score tape. I use the 1/2 inch, that's usually a great size. And then for the front and the back, to adhere to the cover, I use just some 2-inch tape. So on the first pocket, I'm just going to put the tape on the front, so I'm just going to move it to the side. And the second pocket is where I'm going to start adhering them together. And I don't put the tape right at the bottom because I want it to have some give. So I'm going to put it about 1/2 inch up, I'd say. And then I don't go from end to end either. I go a little bit in. So I'm going to do 1/2 inch up and about 1 inch in on both sides. And then kind of put there. And it doesn't have to be exact, just kind of close enough. And then on the top, I'm going to do a little T shape. And I'm going to do maybe 1.5 inches or 1 inch and a half. Maybe an inch, maybe an inch down from there as well, and do a little T shape. And this is going to make it so that they're easy. These are easy to open and kind of pull out what's inside. I'm going to do it for the rest of my folders. Also, can you see? I made a scoring boo-boo, but that's okay. It's going to be in the middle. Nobody will know. Okay. So with my last one, I'm going to put my larger tape on the back and the front. And I'm just going to kind of line it up just a little bit. And line it up with the tape that's already there. As well, like the other ones, you really kind of don't want to go end to end. You want to have it have a little bit of give. So do it like that. Then we're going to take the tape off of these inside pieces. And line them up. Make sure that you've got the openings together. And then I like to line up the bases and then the sides as much as I can. And take my bone folder and mush them together. Just make sure that they're stuck together well. And do it for all 11 folders. When you get them all adhered together, you're going to get something that looks like this. And, you know, it's handmade, so it doesn't line up necessarily evenly on all sides, but that is okay because our cover will kind of help minimize that those differences. So speaking of a cover, I'm going to use a piece of 12 by 12 cardstock, but you can kind of use any one you want. I use something that's kind of double-sided as well, so that you can kind of have some decoration and not just stark white on the inside. And what I do is I put this in my trimmer, and then I give myself maybe a quarter of an inch, maybe a quarter of an inch on both sides, just as a leeway, like overhang. And then when it comes to the cut, like I'll just cut it straight up and do my scoring and measuring after that based on this sheet. I'll show you in a bit. Okay, so I have my paper, and as you can see, it's just got a little bit of an overhang on each side. Now I'm gonna figure out where my top score is gonna be. So I'm gonna line up the bottom with the bottom of the paper, the bottom of my envelopes with the bottom of my paper, and then kind of score at the top. Trying not to get my finger in the way. And then I think I'm gonna maybe half of an inch of a band, so I'm gonna count. Half an inch is 1, 2, 3, 4. Actually, I think I want a little bit more than that, so I'm gonna count 5. So I'm gonna 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right there. And then I'm gonna move this up. I'm gonna do it this way so I have enough room. So have those kind of slot into place because I've already scored it. I'm gonna move this up. I'm gonna do the same thing along here. Line up the bottom and score at the top. Do my top score. And then I'm going to do another 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So this is the body, and then here is my top. And I'm going to decide how long I want it. These are about 3 1/4 inches. So maybe I want 1 1/4 inches. So I'm going to score here as well. so I know where to cut. All right. Next, I'm going to take a corner rounder and round my corners. This is just a Fisker's corner rounder. And now I am just going to fold along my score lines and kind of set them in place. You know what? I think I want to round my inside corners too. Just a second. Okay. And finish my fold. When I'm doing this, I'm also making sure that the sides are flush to each other so I'm not kind of scoring crookedly. This gives a nicer finished look. All right, and then is the fun part. We get to decorate. And since I'm thinking I want my scenery washi tape with this, I think I'm gonna pull in some scenery, some of that washi tape or stickers, scenery stickers that I have, as well as I'm a big fan of cats, so I think I'll pull in some cats too. So I picked out 3 stickers that I like, and now I'm gonna pull out some washi tape that matches, that I can kind of use in the background and add just a couple more elements. All right, I think I have some elements that I like, and then I have, with the washi tape, I've cut them out from the center, but that's okay because this is one of the washi tapes that is going to go in this pocket fold. So I can use it right away. I want to add some graphic words in the background too, so I will use this tape from the washi tape shop. I also think I want to use some labels, so I will pull in possibly some blue for that one. Maybe some brown with the orange kitty, and some black with this kitty. I also think I want some scripty background, so I'll pull in this washi tape that has a nice collagey vibe to it. So let's start with this washi tape first. I don't want a nice clean cut edge, so I'm going to tear some pieces off and just stick them willy-nilly. Back here, this is going to be the way up, but on the front and on this side, it's going to be the opposite. So I want to make sure that I stick my elements down here with that in mind. Sorry for the shaking. Okay, I think I like how this is looking. I'll cut off these excess bits here. A fiddly thing that I do that you don't necessarily have to do is with the tape, sometimes there is, well, this one, it's not pre-cut out, but sometimes with the stickers, the border is just too thick. So I will cut closer to the images just so it melts into whatever I'm sticking on a little bit better. You don't have to do it, that's just me. I want to add a few more fun elements, so I think I'm going to use some clear stamps and some ink that matches the image just for one more touch. Okay, I am liking this, so I'll go ahead and add the stickers. I forgot. This is the upside down one. So let me pull these off and move them to the right direction. It's fine that this tape is not sticking very well because I'm going to put the contact paper over it and everything's going to stick down nicely. All right, so I think I want this kitty to go here. I forgot that I wanted to add some frames, so I'm going to add this one. It's really nice light blue. I want to add this one. So let's go with this kitty. So I have him sleeping, some dandelions, and then this mouse was super adorable. So I thought I'd put him there. Put right here. Final thing I want to add, I think right there are some butterflies. So this is my box of butterflies. Right, so I've got my contact paper, and remember, this is going to be the cover, the shiny side up, so I want to make sure that when I put my cover in, everything is kind of where I want it to be. Burnish everything. I want to make sure that I get up to the score lines as well. I'll do around the edges as well. Make sure that they're stuck down nicely. I'll take my scissors. Cut around the edges. All right, that looks pretty good to me. So now I'm going to refold along my fold lines. Just reinforce these. When it's all closed up, it will look like this. And the back will look like that. Oh, like that. Next, we will stick in our folders. Once again, double check. Opening side is up. Move this tape. Okay, move this tape. And then I am going to nestle this down at the bottom and make sure the bottom edge is where I want it to be. And then press that in. Make sure it's snug. Great. Then we're going to do the same thing on this side, but this time I'm going to just let it close naturally. There we go. All of our envelopes are in there. Easy to access, even the front and the back ones. Final touch is our closure. Here I have my Velcro dots, and because they're a little old, they don't stick well to this contact paper. So I also have some glue dots that I'll be using with them. All right, so do my first one. I like to do the soft side up top and then this more plasticky side on the bottom. But sometimes I get it backwards. All right. So glue dot this side, glue dot this side. And like I said, I like to do it about 2/3 of the way in, so I'll count my squares. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28. So about 27, so about 9 squares in. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I'm gonna do 9.5 because it's 28. So I'm gonna put my glue dot there. And close it. But as you can see, it's not really strong enough to do the whole thing. So I need to put another one down. It's okay. One of these, and I'll get this one. And do the same thing. One glue dot. 2 glue dots. And I'll do 9 going this way. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 to have. Put it down around there. I hope you did the fuzzy side up. I didn't check. We press in. And there we go. I did do the fuzzy side up. Good. And we've got all of our closures. And that is how I make this little folder to store my washi tape.